What is up, guys? How are you all doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking, and we're here with a quick video. I want to talk about one thing only. And yes sir, as you've seen by the title, it is Battlefront. I made a review video, actually I made a two-part review video about Battlefront the beta, where I talk about the positives in one video and the negatives in the other. However, in this video I just want to make a quick commentary about whether or not I'm going to get the game, because I don't know if I mentioned it in those previous two videos, and whether or not you should get the game. Now obviously these are things that you should make up your mind on, separately. You shouldn't listen to someone else tell you if you should get a game or not. That should be a decision you make for yourself. However, I'm going to tell you the reasons why I'm going to get the game, because yes, I am going to buy Star Wars Battlefront, and even though it is made by DICE and it is published by EA, and those are companies that people don't really like too much. I mean, DICE is really cool actually, but EA, the publisher, they always do some shady shit, especially when it comes to DLCs and whatnot, and kind of launching of the game. They force it out early just so that they can get more money. So there's a huge history there, especially within Battlefield. So I understand people's concern. I was concerned as well, and Battlefront was gonna be a game that I wasn't going to pick up. I wasn't gonna buy it. However, they gave us a free beta, and they kind of gave us a taste of the game. And if the beta was even remotely bad, let's say the beta was just okay, it was mediocre, I wouldn't have bought the game. I wouldn't have pre-ordered it. However, they gave us the beta, and not only was it free, the beta itself in terms of quality was exceptional. It was one of the best betas I've played, and one of the best FPS games I've played in a long time. I mean, the other beta that I played was Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know if you guys played it. I played both the open alpha and the closed beta, and in both occasions I saw that the game progressed and got better over time. Rainbow Six Siege is also a game that I want to get. However, this video is mainly about Battlefront and whether or not you should get that. Personally, like I said, I'm going to get the game. But should you get the game? Now that depends. You need to ask yourself a few questions here. For example, I love FPS games, like I mentioned. I really want to get Rainbow Six Siege. I really want to get Battlefront as well. So there's multiple FPS games that I'm looking forward to because I'm an FPS fan. So that's the question you should ask yourself. Do you like FPS games? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, then obviously you're one step closer to making up your mind about this. Do you like Star Wars? Because if you're a Star Wars fan, and even if you're not a huge fan of FPS games, you probably have to buy this game, because you're not going to get many Star Wars games out there. So this is a fantastic high quality game, and it's got the Star Wars name on it, the logo. And not only that, they kind of stay true to the original Star Wars feeling. Those moods and kind of undertones and themes of Star Wars, they kind of nailed it really well. So just to have an extra piece of item or like some sort of entity with the Star Wars name on it, you probably have to get it. Obviously, that's not even to mention, if you're a fanboy of EA or DICE, then obviously this is a game that you have to get because it's made by DICE and it's published by EA. But personally, that's not an aspect that I consider. However, those are questions that you need to ask yourself. And finally, and probably one of the most important questions you need to ask yourself is, can you afford it? Because it's a lot of money. I mean, if you think about it, you're just paying all of this money for something digital. It's not even real, right? Few people get physical copies, and even if you get a physical copy, it's basically a digital entity because you play it online. It's not real. It's just a video game. Now, I love video games, you love video games, so there's nothing wrong with spending money on video games, but the point is you need to understand your finances, because let's say you're one of those people that don't have a lot of money, then obviously you're going to have to pick and choose which game you want to get. Or if you're one of those people who has money but doesn't want to buy many video games each year, so you only buy 2 games, and let's say one of them's Call of Duty, so you're going to buy Call of Duty Black Ops 3, right? Then you're only allowed to buy one other game. You have to think to yourself, I either don't have too much money, so I don't have a great budget, or I'm only going to buy 1 or 2 video games. Which one should I risk it on, or which one should I go for? So personally, like I said, I'm gonna buy the game. However, I probably will hold off on buying Rainbow Six Siege for the first few months. Probably get it when it gets cheaper. I'm gonna buy Battlefront straight away, so that's kind of the decision that I'm making. But man, oh man, I cannot wait. I genuinely cannot wait. I mean, like I said, I think the beta was fantastic. The game looks extremely promising. I could be wrong. I mean, I doubt it, because when we played the beta for Battlefield 4, it was pretty bad. I mean, it was very bad. But with Battlefront, it was so good that it made me feel as though DICE has really pulled their socks up and they really kind of concentrate on what they're doing, and maybe EA gave them more room to breathe and kind of operate, because they saw the chaos that was Battlefield 4, especially at launch and the beta itself, and they saw that they fucked up really bad. So EA didn't want to push them, because there was a huge backlash from the community when Battlefield 4 was launched and it didn't function properly. It didn't work. You paid loads of money for it, premium as well, and you didn't get anything in return. So they basically learned their lesson and learned from their mistakes, which is why I believe Battlefront is going to be great. Like I said in my review, if you haven't seen it, I'll link in the description. I'll put an annotation on the screen. You can go watch the first part and the second part of the review. But because of all of those reasons that I mentioned in the review, I think that this game is fantastic and it's going to be absolutely magnificent. Just the air combat alone, I mean, getting into a X-Wing and an A-Wing and try and take down an AT-AT, or getting into dogfights in the air with other aircraft, is just the most satisfying thing, the most amazing thing ever. So just that aspect alone makes me want to buy the game. But anyways, those are my reasons for it. Like I said in the review, I mentioned all the other reasons that I want to get the game. But let me know if you're going to buy it, and let me know if you're excited for it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.